Over the years, I've coached hundreds of swimmers, and one thing is for sure, there are alpha swimmers and there are beta swimmers. Alphas, they slice through the water effortlessly with massive power, while beta swimmers, they overthink their stroke, they struggle and get tired way too quickly, wondering how they can improve. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to go from a beta to an alpha swimmer. We're gonna use the ultimate alpha swimmer example in Michael Phelps, and compare my own clients' transformations, how we fixed their beta moves to alpha moves. In this video, I'm gonna show how you can unleash your alpha self. I'm Lukas Siska, welcome to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. Beta swimmers often don't use their bodies correctly in the water to execute the correct technique. And actually, they can't. They need transformation. If you look at an alpha swimmer like Michael, his body is almost fish-like. The moves that he makes look almost not human. It's because his body has transformed. Let's talk about how we can do that. The big thing you have to remember is that the human body was not made to swim. It wasn't adapted for being in the water. Now, if you didn't grow up swimming and have your body naturally change as a kid into an adult swimming all your life, then there are some things that we need to change now as an adult to get you more swim adapted. A lot of people in the water, they understand the correct technique, but they physically can't execute it because their body is stopping them from putting their hands or shoulders in the correct position. Did you know that to get a massive high elbow and get a powerful pull, you have to be able to put your shoulder right here in close proximity to your head? A lot of adult swimmers, they physically can't do that. They're way out here, and then when they pull like this, their elbow drops down. What I do with my swimmers when they come to me for help, immediately I get their shoulders more loose by doing some classic swim mobility exercises. And believe it or not, it doesn't take long. Just doing 3 to 5 minutes worth every night before bed in a couple of months can change your swim mobility completely. And then without even thinking about it, you're putting your hands and shoulder in the correct position to pull massive water. Beta swimmers fight the water needlessly. They use 90% more energy than an alpha swimmer doing the same thing. They get tired way too quickly because their body is totally in the wrong position. An alpha swimmer knows how to use his body so that his glide and freestyle is effortless. One of the first things I change when I have a new swimmer is this very thing. Let's talk about it. Now with this one, when I get new swimmers, a lot of times one of their main complaints is that they're getting tired way too quick, that their legs are sinking, and they just don't understand why they can't swim all day like they can run or cycle all day. The thing that you have to remember is that in the water, you need to realize that you have to achieve maximum buoyancy. Okay, that means the more buoyant you become, the more effortless the stroke becomes. It's not about how hard you push in the water or how hard you kick that's gonna make you be faster and more efficient. No, getting more floaty so that you can do less is what's gonna make you better. And if you look at Michael, like in that clip that you just saw, he is so stretched out, and by being that way, he's causing himself to float more. The more you float, just by adding a little bit of effort into the water, it's just gonna propel you forward. There's no effort wasted in trying to stay up there because by being extended, you're up there already. So that's the ticket. In combination with being swim flexible, you can extend your body more and all of a sudden your legs rise up. Everything becomes easier. And I can show you a quick tactic on how to do that. I do this with my clients all the time. Most beta swimmers know that they need to rotate, but unfortunately their rotation is all over the place. They snake through the water or don't rotate at all and create massive drag. An alpha swimmer has just the right rotation so that they put massive power into their stroke. You get this right, your swimming takes off. Beta swimmers often overthink this part of their stroke. They think that in freestyle, they have to rotate like crazy in order to achieve correct freestyle technique. Well, believe it or not, it's actually the opposite. Alpha swimmers, when they swim, they lead with their shoulders and their hips rotate slightly, but not that much. Actually, with my swimmers, a cue that I give them is to tell them, keep your hips locked in
while you rotate your upper body to the max. By having this cue in mind, they end up rotating correctly. Because when you over-rotate, your power is going all over the place. It's snaking through the water. And if you don't rotate at all, that's bad too, because you're just causing a lot of drag. But that's better than over-rotating. The cue to remember is rotate your shoulders to the max by doing this. Arm goes in, turn as far as you can go with your hips and toes pointed forward, and then start pulling. By doing that, you're gonna be in the correct rotational pull, getting all your effort to go forward.
And guys, if you want to know your true swim potential in this moment, I want you to take my quiz and we'll give you a score to let you know. Look in the comments below, click the link and find out. Beta swimmers think to swim faster that they need to be intense and flexed at all times. This in reality actually slows them down, while alpha swimmers know when to flex and put the power down and know when not to. The key is to have the perfect balance.
Now this one is something that almost all beta swimmers have in common. They are just way too tense in the water. Guys, we have to learn how to be loose on top, strong underneath. And alpha swimmers know this to a T. The way we can do that is to remember that what we do on top of the water is not as important as what we do underneath the water. And if you're being stiff and rigid on top, what's the point in that? All you're doing is just wasting energy. And if you're stiff and rigid all the time, then you're just gonna cause yourself to sink and fight the water. Swimming is a weird sport. It's not like cycling and running, whereas if you just tense up and put more power into it, you'll go faster. In swimming, if you tense up and try to just be more powerful by being tense, you will actually go slower. The cue that I use with my swimmers is loose quickness, loose power, loose and gangly on top, but as soon as your fingertips hit the water, you pull strong. And this is why in the Olympics, when you see swimmers standing behind the blocks, what are they doing? They're shaking their arms out. They're getting themselves loose because they know if they're loose and powerful, they'll just be so much faster.
Beta swimmers almost always overcomplicate the catch. They're thinking about way too many things at once in order to pull more water. But when they do this, they actually stunt their progress. Whereas an alpha swimmer knows the catch is simple. He knows how to stick that arm into the water at the right time to pull massive amounts of it. Let's talk about exactly how to do this.
One of the key things that beta swimmers do that is just awful is that their catch is totally jacked up. Now, when I get a new swimmer, a new client, we don't work on the catch until we nail those other 4 fixes first. Because if we nail that, then we're in a perfect position to catch good water. Did you know that to catch optimal water, it's not keeping your hands tight like this or spread out wide like this. There's been a study done, if you keep your fingers 3 to 8 millimeters apart, which is roughly like this, you can increase the size of your hand and pull more water. And of course, if we want to catch water correctly, we can't enter our hand out wide out here. We've got to enter it with our shoulder in close proximity to our head and have loose on top. And as soon as our fingertips touch the water, we firm up and pull. There's a couple drills that I like to do with my swimmers that execute this, and I'm going to show you that right now. Now, a big beta mistake is that swimmers sometimes think that they need to start with fixing their kick before they do anything else. They're like, my legs are sinking, I've got to fix my kick. Guys, the kick happens when you do these 5 other things I just mentioned properly. It happens on its own. It's a ripple effect of doing everything correct. All you need to remember with the kick is to keep your ankles nice and loose so you don't stop yourself from going forward. A big mistake in beta swimmers is that they have stiff, rigid ankles and they keep them bent at 90 degrees. And when you kick at 90 degrees like this, you're literally pulling yourself backwards. All you need to do is make sure that your ankles are nice and loose with ankle mobility drills to allow you to cause propulsion from your legs. It's that simple. Do those other 5 things correct and the kick will fall in place. Now, these same 5 changes is what I use with my swimmers to transform them from beta to alpha swimmers. And guess what? They work every single time. I've had guys go from not being able to swim 50 meters to swimming 1,000 meters comfortably in 4 weeks' time by just making these small tweaks. Guys, these are real changes that can produce real results. Now, if you like this video and you found value in it, give us a like, subscribe to the channel. It really boosts our channel and helps us out big time. Now, if you do these changes and stay consistent with swimming for a while, you'll see something amazing happen to your body. If you wanted to know the details of what that is, check out this video. And I'm Lukas Siska. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Take care.